Hey guys, what's up? So I want to go over what a drive phase is today. I know as an athlete, I didn't learn what a drive phase was until my junior year in college. I ran track from my freshman year in high school and I never figured out what a drive phase was. No coaches told me. So I know if I didn't figure it out until junior year, I want you guys to learn so much earlier. So for those that don't know me, my name's Fallon Headings. I'm a physical therapist and a track and field performance coach. So let's get started. I want to go over three big things. I want to go over myths about the drive phase. I want to go over the truths about the drive phase. And then I want to go over the differences about the drive phase. So let's go over the myths first. A lot of coaches I hear tell their athletes about the drive phase is to take short, choppy steps because that's going to build up power and to stay low. So I already went over in a previous video about the staying low myth because I think that's a huge one. And we kind of went over of how a lot of times these athletes bend forward at the waist and then they're missing their power from their hips and they're not getting good knee drive because of that. So don't think about staying low. And don't think about taking short, choppy steps because short, choppy steps do not bring power. And that's the whole point of your drive phase is to power and accelerate. So the truths about your drive phase is things that you want to look at are triple extension, which triple extension means when you push off that you have extension at the ankle, at the hip, and at the knee. So you want to make sure that you're in a nice straight line through this area if somebody were to take a picture of you. So that's the first thing you want to look at when you're in your drive phase, because every single time that you take a step, for you to get the most power out of that step, you have to be hitting triple extension on every step, okay? So that's the first truth I want to go over. The second truth is about the shin angles, which I kind of went over a little bit in the staying low video. So if you didn't watch the staying low video, I would definitely go back and watch that video because it goes hand in hand with this drive phase video. So the other truth is about the shin angles. So when you come out of the blocks, you should be coming out, your shin angle is the angle of your shin to the ground, okay? So when you come out of the blocks, your angle should be about 45 degrees. So you can see I kind of drew a 90-degree angle and then I just split it in half so you could see about what a 45-degree angle is. And then get that picture in your head because when you start to analyze videos of yourself, you can see and look at that and go, oh, okay, my angle was a little too high coming out on that first step. Or you know what, maybe my angle was a little too low. And then you can start to perfect that 45-degree angle as you push out of the blocks. As you transition in your drive phase, you should see that your angles of your shin slowly start to increase. But I'm telling you slowly. By the end of your drive phase, your angles of your shin should be about 65. So now you can see I kind of almost split this in half again, a little bit less, and that would be about a 65-degree angle. So towards the end of your drive phase, that's what you should see your shin angle looking like. So if you were to take a picture of you about 30 meters in, your shin should not be more than 65 degrees. If it is, then you know you're coming out of your drive phase too soon. And then to really still focus on your acceleration. So that's the two truths about the drive phase. Now I want to go over the differences. So every single athlete in the sprinting world of track and field has a drive phase. That's including the jumpers, which I'll get into. So sprinters, for your 100 and 200, you should be in your drive phase for about 50 meters. Up to 50 meters. As long as you, and this is going to be a little bit different for every single athlete of how quickly that they can get up to speed, but some of your athletes take a little bit longer to get up to speed, so their drive phase is going to be pushing that 50 meters. And that's where you really want to make sure they're keeping their shin angles low. Not staying low, they're just keeping their shin angles low as they go through their drive phase. The next is the hurdlers. So the hurdlers have a hurdle coming up about 13 meters in. So it's like, well, I can't stay in my drive phase for 50 meters, so what do? you usually take about you usually take about 8 steps to the first hurdle. I've always been told that around step 6 should be the end of your drive phase, and that's when you have to look up and look at the hurdle coming in front of you. So just know that 6 steps is actually a long time to hold your drive phase in the hurdles. And if you just look up at step 6, you could get freaked out because the hurdle is now 2 steps away from you. But remember, the hurdle doesn't move. The hurdle is there no matter when you pick your head up. The hurdle is in the same spot that the person put it in, which is in the same spot for every single race that you do. So don't worry about the hurdle. The hurdle is going to be there. You just have to make sure that you drive out really well. And then on step 6, you're looking up, you're ready to attack that first hurdle. Okay, so that's the difference with our hurdlers in the 100 and 110 and the 60 meter dash hurdles. Okay, then the jumpers, you're like, well, what? The jumpers have a drive phase? Well, they have a runway, and the runway is such an important aspect of their jump. So yes, the jumpers have a drive phase too, and that is about 3 to 4 steps. And again, all this means is the sprinter has so much more time that they can hold their drive phase and so much more time to accelerate. So your athletes that are really good at quick accelerations are gonna really accelerate being hurdlers and jumpers. And being that 60 meter dash too. I guess I should say for the sprinters, a 60 meter dash is going to be a little bit different. If you're a person that gets up to speed late, you're still going to want to hold your drive phase pretty long in the 60 because you need to get up to that maximum speed. If you're quicker about getting up to your maximum speed, you don't need to hold your drive phase until 50 meters. You can just transition up into your transition and maintain that speed until the end of the 60. But the jumpers and the hurdlers have to get up to speed, and their shin angles will quickly progress from that 45 to 65 compared to the sprinters, where it can be a much slow and longer progression. So that's the really big difference between your drive phase. Remember, your drive phase is your power and acceleration, but the power and acceleration comes from good shin angles and good triple extension. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There's a lot of good information in here, and if you need to go over it again, absolutely go over it again. And make sure you check out that staying low video if you haven't already. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments, subscribe to my page, and let other people know about the drive phase. All right, have a good day, guys. See ya.